So I'm at Carmax today and I'm gonna go down there and show you what they're trying to sell their vehicles for. All right, so as you can see, they're actually out of room. So they're parking cars this way in these aisles. This one comes pre-farted in. That's an option on this. Someone has already farted in it for you. Ooh, this is what I wanna see over here. Tesla, let's see what a used Tesla is. Is that not the ugliest vehicle you've ever seen? And they want $50,000 for it. $50,000 for it, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, Carmax, come on now. So I'm at a Carmax today, and as you can see behind me, they are stacked to the brim with vehicles that they cannot sell. They have a vehicle for sale in every parking space behind me, and they're even parked now in the aisles because they are overloaded with vehicles. All right, so as you can see, they're actually out of room, so they're parking cars this way in these aisles to be able to just fit everything that they have on this lot in this lot. So right here we have a 2022 Toyota 4Runner, and it's got 17,000 miles. And they want $47,000 for it. So I've been to new Toyota dealerships, and that's about the range where you can buy a brand new one. So you can buy one that's a year old and it's got 17,000 miles for about the same price as you can buy a brand new one for. So this one, if you don't want the hassle of farting in your brand new Toyota 4Runner, this one comes pre-farted in. Like, you don't even have to worry about it. That's an option on this. Someone has already farted in it for you, and you get to pay the same price for that. Hassle-free shopping, that's the way I like it. All right, let's play a game. So this is a 2021 RAV4 hybrid. It's got 29,000 miles. Put in the comments down below what you think Carmax is selling it for. Don't cheat. I'll put the answer at the end of the video. All right, so if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, and I would really appreciate if you did that for me. So we've been looking for Ford Mavericks out in the wild, and here's one. It's a 2022, and it's got 13,000 miles. Now, I just found a 2023, same trim level as that, last week when I was out looking for Mavericks that was for sale, and they were wanting $36,000, and they had a fee on top of that, and it came out to be about $40,000. Now that used Ford Maverick, a year older and with 13,000 miles, is $36,000, and the new one that I found after the dealer markup was 40 grand. So Ford can't keep any Ford Mavericks because they're all here at Carmax. There's one down there, I got one right here, and then I've got another one right over there behind me. There's three. This is the most Ford Mavericks I've seen in one location ever. All right, this one actually blows me away. I've already seen the price on it. I've been wanting to give you my surprise face when I see the prices, but I walked by it and I had to look at it. But it's a 2021 Ford F-150 Lariat. It's got 51,000 miles. They want 50 grand for it. That's crazy. Look at it. So the brand new ones, I've been at all these Ford dealerships. It's 2023, not XLT, but the Lariat. And they're somewhere, you can get anywhere from like 65 to about 75 grand on it. But that one's got 50,000 miles. It's 2 years old. Actually, it's 3 years old at this point. And they want $50,000 for it. $50,000 for it. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, Carmax. Come on now. So Carmax just reported their earnings, and their sales came in down about 10%. And this is not a surprise. The used car market has come down quite a bit. The sales, the demand is down. So this is nothing out of the ordinary. But what Carmax has said that in the last few quarters that they wanted to do is because they knew the slow time was coming up, that they were going to pull back on their buying, but still keep their prices elevated. They thought that this was better for their bottom line, better for their shareholders, better for their company. Ooh, this is what I want to see over here. Tesla. Let's see what a used Tesla is. I don't think I've ever seen even a used Tesla on any of these dealerships that I've went to price. So 2021 Tesla Model 3 long range, 16,000 miles. They're selling it for $44,000. Looks cool. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but you can actually hear something running in there. Cool thing about Tesla, I just learned this like last week. They've actually have a climate control thing, so it's a hot day and I'm on asphalt right now. It's very hot out here, if you can't tell by the sweat. But if the car gets over a certain temperature, you can actually program it to turn the AC on while the car's just sitting there. And that's fantastic feature. I'm getting more and more on board with some of these Tesla features every day. So I feel like I just randomly gave a plug for Tesla right there. Not wanting to do that. You know what? I'll do it. Elon, just send me my Tesla. That's fine. That's payment enough. I want the fast one though. Give me the fast one. All right, so here's the problem. They've been trying to buy fewer vehicles from consumers, right? And even with them trying to buy fewer vehicles over the last couple quarters, they are still overwhelmed and they cannot sell these cars right now. What's the problem? They're too expensive. So I can actually come over here and give you a real life example of where used car prices have gone in the last 3 or 4 years. So this is a 2021 Venza. It's got about 50,000 miles. So it's a few years old at this point. And back when my wife was pregnant with my son, this is about 5 years ago, we bought a Venza with about 50,000 miles. That was about a few years old. And we paid right at $20,000 for it. We didn't buy it wholesale. We actually bought it from a dealer. So we paid more than what it was worth at the time. But Carmax is actually selling theirs for $31,000. So similar years old, similar miles to what we bought 5 years ago, but the price increase is about 50% or more than what we actually paid for our vehicle. So prices have gone way up in the last 3-4 years, and that's a real world example right there. So now what's their plan? They want to keep their prices elevated and they want to still continue to make more per unit. But this is the problem that you're going to have. And if they continue to have that plan and they don't lower their prices, then as you can see right here, they're stacked to the brim and they're running out of space to actually park these cars on their lot. And this is just one Carmax out of hundreds that are across the nation, right? And they can't just continuously buy vehicles if they're going to keep their prices elevated and sell as few as they are right now. Is that not the ugliest vehicle you've ever seen? I hate these little things. There's people that are in love with them. It's just a car with a bed on the back of it. It's a 2022 Hyundai Santa Cruz, and it's got 12,000 miles, and they want $37,000 for it. Ugh. All right, we've had some people ask about Honda Ridgelines. We've got 2 of them right here. That one doesn't have a price listed. This one does though, so we'll check it. It's a 2022 Honda Ridgeline RTL. Mileage 9,000 miles, and they're wanting $42,000 for it. And you can have the debate in the comments below whether a Ridgeline is a real truck or not. And I know what you're saying. If CarMax is sucking so bad, then after their earnings report, why did their stock go up? Well, really the only thing that shareholders care about is the bottom line. And CarMax actually beat estimates. And they beat estimates not because they were actually selling more cars or making more money per vehicle that they were selling. They were able to beat because they cut costs. All right, we found the Mazda aisle. So I get people asking about CX-5s all the time. We don't get an opportunity to really show a bunch of used ones, so here's a used one. This one's a 2018 Mazda CX-5 Grand Touring. It's got 64,000 miles, and they're selling it for $24,000. There you go. And we got we have a CX-9 right beside of it, this white one. It's a 2020 Mazda CX-9 Touring. It's got 31,000 miles. It's 4-wheel drive, and they're selling it for 31 grand. And here's a nice red one over here, so we'll check it. I think this one's a CX-9 too, I would assume. Yep, it's 2020 Mazda CX-9. It's Grand Touring. It's got 40,000 miles, and they're selling it for 33,000 miles. Now I can't remember what the brand new ones of these cost, so somebody put that down in the comments for other people. But it looks good, but still seems high for the miles and everything. All right, this is what I want to find, the Camry owl, but there's only 3 here, and these 2 actually don't have prices on them, but this one does, so we'll check it. This is a 2018 Toyota Camry LE. It's got 47,000 miles on it, and they're wanting 24 grand for it. So another reason why CarMax's stock went up after they reported these earnings is because when a company that's publicly traded reports their earnings on Wall Street actually posts expectations for the company. And Wall Street had expectations for CarMax's earnings to suck. So way down here. And what ended up happening is CarMax just sucked. So they sucked just a little bit less than what Wall Street expected, which made their stock seem more valuable than what Wall Street had expected. All right, here's a couple Honda Civics. We'll check this one. This is a 2019 Civic LX. It's got 46,000 miles and they're wanting 23,000. We'll check this one real quick since we're here. This is a 2021 Civic Sport. It's got 20,000 miles on it and they're wanting 27 grand for it. All right, so now one thing that is actually pretty alarming about Carmax's earnings is they bolstered their loan loss provisions yet again. They've done that over the last couple quarters. And what that basically means is that they're shoring up, they're putting some money back to prepare for the repos that they know are coming in. So we know repo is a big hot topic of the car market right now. Lots of people are not paying for their cars and they're getting them taken away. And Carmax, they hold their own notes on these vehicles that they sell. So them shoring up like this is saying to the car market that, you know what, we know that times are tough, we know times are getting tougher, and we know that people that we've sold vehicles to, more of them than 6 months ago or a year ago are now no longer going to be able to make their payments on their vehicles, and we're going to have to go get those cars back. And when we go get those cars back, a lot of times we're actually going to have to lose some money on some of these vehicles. All right, they don't actually have very many Tacomas here, but I found one, but it's not a 4-door. It's the little halvesy door thing on the back. It's a 2016 Tacoma TRD Sport. It's got 52,000 miles, 4-wheel drive, and they're wanting $34,000 for it. All right, I've had a lot of questions about Nissan Frontier, so here's one. It's a 2023 Frontier Pro 4X. It's 4-wheel drive. It's got 9,000 miles on it, and they want $45,000 for it. And for those of you that keep saying, well, I'm not seeing prices come down, even a company like Carmax, where their motto has been they want to keep their prices higher and actually make more per vehicle, their average selling price has even come down about 5%. So even a company like this that wants to keep higher prices, they're already cutting prices, and you're seeing that across the market right now. So it might not be as fast as you would like it, or the actual amount that vehicles are coming down is not as much as you would like. It's not as much as I would like either. No one wants to pay these prices for these vehicles, but prices are coming down. It's just going to happen slowly. There's still not a lot of inventory in the system. Well, Carmax has got it all, that's why, but there's still not a lot of used car inventory in the system, so that's going to keep prices elevated for the foreseeable future. So it's going to be a slow trend down, but even a company like Carmax cutting its prices around like 5%, that's a good sign. That's what we want to see. When we want to see 5% this quarter, when we see 5% next quarter, we want to see 10% the quarter after that. This is how it's going to go. It's not going to be one big whoosh down. So those of you saying, well, prices are coming down, yes, they are coming down. It's just coming down slowly. All right, so here's the RAV4 you saw at the very beginning of the video. It's a 2021 hybrid XSE, and it's got 29,000 miles on it. It's 4-wheel drive, and they're selling it for 40 grand. That's crazy. We got another one right here beside us, so we'll go ahead and check it too just while we're here. This is a 2021 RAV4 hybrid XLE, and it's got 20,000 miles, and they're selling it for 37 grand. All right, I just walked down here to the Carmax lot, through those bushes right there, and I stepped through a spider web on my face for you. I did that for you, so you better like and subscribe. Wind, lots of wind. Hopefully the mic's still okay, but I'll wait for a minute. All right, one thing that is very worrisome about Carmax's earnings, wind. I hope this is so, I hate wind. I hate wind so much. I used to love wind. Now, since I started making these videos for you guys, I hate wind. I hate it so much. So it's a little bit, I am just sucking at words today. Back when my wife was pregnant, about 4.5 years ago, yeah, that's right. Nope,